Good day everyone, my name is Joseph, and today I'm going to show you how to do question number 7 of week 12 quiz access chapter 8. Now in this question we are told that DS company owns a machine that costs 125, 200 and has accumulated depreciation of 92,200. Prepare the entry to record the disposal of the machine on January 1 in each separate situation. So we've been given 4 situations here, or 4 scenarios, which we're going to use to fill out our journal entry worksheet. Now, the first thing we have to calculate is the book value. Now the book value is the cost of the equipment minus the accumulated depreciation. Therefore the book value is the value of an asset based on the original cost of the asset less any depreciation. The book value will help us in all of our calculations. Now we know that the cost of the equipment is 125,200 and the accumulated depreciation is 92,200. To calculate the book value, we take the cost of the equipment, we subtract the accumulated depreciation, and this one gives us the book value. Now if we go back to our question, our scenario, it says the machine needed extensive repairs and was not worth repairing. Therefore, Diaz disposed of the machine, receiving nothing. Now, if Diaz disposed of the machine, receiving nothing, it means that he disposed of the machine when it was still worth 33,000, the market value, and therefore he made a loss on disposal. Now to enter these values in our journal entry worksheet, we'll first debit the accumulated depreciation of the machine, which was 92,200. Then we'll also debit the loss on the disposal of the machine, which is the same amount of the book value or the market value when it was disposed. And then we credit the machinery, which is the cost of the machine. And therefore, if we add the accumulated depreciation and the loss on disposal of the machine to be equivalent to the credit value of the machinery. So that is situation number 1. If we go to the situation number 2, we are told Diaz sold the machine for 17,200 cash. Now we know that the book value is 33,000. Therefore, if Diaz sold the machine for 17,200, it means that he sold the machine less the book value, which is the market value. So when the book value is greater than the selling price, then there is a loss on the sale of the asset or loss on disposal of the asset. Now to get the loss on disposal of the asset, we take the selling price, which is 17,200, minus the book value or the market value of 33,000. And here is the calculation. This will give us a loss of 15,800. Now to enter this into our journal entry worksheet, we'll first debit the cash which was paid for the machine, 17,200. We will also debit the accumulated depreciation of the machine, and also debit the loss on sale of the machine, which is 15,800. And then we also credit the cost of the machine when it was bought, 125,200. If we add the debits, they will equal the credits. Now let us look at situation number 3. It says Diaz sold the machine for 33,000 cash. Now if the machine was sold at 33,000 cash, this amount is equivalent to the book value of the machine. And we know that when the book value is equal to the selling price, then there is no gain or loss recognized. So if there was no gain or loss recognized, we'll take the book value, which is 33,000, subtract the selling price, which is 33,000, and this will give us 0. Therefore, there was no loss or gain on disposal of the machinery. Now, to enter this into our journal entry worksheet, we'll first debit the cash that was paid for the sale of the machine. We also debit the accumulated depreciation of the machine, 92,200. And then on our right side, we'll credit the cost of the machinery, which is 125,200. If we add the debit side, it will be equal to the credit side. Now, the last situation, we are told Diaz sold the machine for 41,600 cash. Now we know that the amount that the machine was sold at is more than the book value of 33,000, and we know that when the book value is less than the selling price, the book value is 33,000 and it's less than the selling price of 41,600. This will be equivalent to the gain on the sale of an asset. And therefore, to calculate gain on disposal, we take the selling price minus the book value on date of the sale. So we take the selling price minus the book value, and we get a gain on disposal of 8,600. So there was a gain, there was some profit made. Now to put this in our journal entry worksheet, we'll first credit the cash on the sale of the machine, the cash that was received. We'll debit the cash that was received. Then we will also debit the accumulated depreciation of 92,200. Then on the other side, we'll credit the gain on the sale of the machine, and this is the gain we got by subtracting the selling price minus the book value. And we also credit the cost of the machinery, which is 125,200. So by doing this, we'll end up with the same total on the debit side and the same total on the credit side. So the most important thing in this question is to know the book value, how to calculate the book value by taking the cost of the equipment minus the accumulated depreciation, and also knowing when loss is recognized on disposal and when gain is also recognized on disposal, and lastly when there is no gain or loss recognized. So that is the most important thing you need to pick up when you're doing the calculations on this question. And let's just check to see if we did it correctly. Okay, just a minute. Okay, just pause here. Okay, yeah, so this is how you calculate disposal of assets. Thank you very much. I hope that what I've shared will also help you when you're doing your own calculations. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.